So let's go ahead and kick off. So I want to welcome everyone to MatterCon 2018. We've been doing a hackathon for the last day, 24 hours. Or a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on lunch and dinner and stuff like that. So we're going to kick it off by people coming up here and presenting what they did for their hackathon. So welcome everybody, and thanks for being here. Where's the room? Maybe. There's people over here too.
So the first thing, we have 3 demos to show. So the first one is a focus mode that we have. So let's say you want to do some work without being interrupted for a while. We added a new status called focus. You go to focus mode, and you've got a timer where you're going to do 45 minutes of uninterrupted work. And people who see you are going to see your little cooking timer, which is impossible to see in this demo. Yeah, they'll see a little different icon for you. And if they message you, so I'm going to send a couple messages to test 1. No notifications. Also, we'll just verify that you receive no emails. Just check my script. Yeah. And now I'm going to exit focus mode. So imagine the timer's done. We leave focus mode. Then I just need to wait 30 seconds because it takes 30 seconds for emails to go through. And then we will go over and see that I received a batched email with all the messages I missed. So that's focus mode.
Ooh.
All right. Demo number 2. Okay, demo number 2, we're going to switch to Jesus's computer.
Okay, I'm going to show my screen. Okay.
And for
You
this
can
one,
see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we had a problem with we have a problem with the admin panel. It's great because we have a lot of options, a lot of things that we can do, and this is amazing. But sometimes it's hard to find. So this is our second demo. We have a small input field here that's well, the placeholder is filter. Okay.
yeah, Jesus, can you please show me settings related to LDAP?
Of course.
Great. That's great. That was the title. Now, I can't remember the title of the section, but it had something to do with the word with encryption.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
But there are some sections.
Oh, there's lots of results. Can you click through some of them?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have highlight.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. And then I wanted to configure, make a change related to Nginx.
Nginx. I don't know if we have something related with Nginx.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, there is one. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. That's our second.
That's awesome. We need that.
Okay, and finally.
Finally, we love to search channels, so let's search some things. Yeah.
Now, Jesus, there was, I wanted to search for, could you do a search in the channels, search for Elizabeth?
Sure. But you mean Elizabeth, the user, or the channel?
I meant the channel.
Okay, let me filter my channel first. Yeah, we have Elisa channel and a group channel with Elisa.
Wow, did you just search using a new tilde search filter? That's great. Actually, sorry, I meant Elizabeth, the user.
Okay, yes, no problem. We can filter by user using the @ sign.
Wow. And actually, can you remind me again? I wanted to look at some more of those settings to do with LDAP.
Yeah, well, we can go to the admin console again.
You want to go all the way back there?
Well, I put now. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
And again, what was the and Nginx? I wanted to do some configuration with Nginx as well.
Yes, it wasn't already.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll do that later. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Remind me again. There's a shortcut for seeing my @mentions, but I can't remember what it is.
Mentions?
Yeah, for mentions.
Okay. Yeah, it's here.
Oh, great! It's Control-Shift.
Control-Shift-N, yes. If you want, well, you can just present it.
Oh, thank you. And I was thinking about looking up the documentation for admins.
Yeah, but that's documentation?
Yeah, the admins documentation.
Okay.
Where would I find that?
Oh, here it is. Let me guides. This one. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's so, yeah, that's great.
That's all. That's all.
That's it.
Yeah, so every day we get messages like this one in Mattermost with like lists of PRs that we're supposed to look at. And when you look at them like this, you can't really tell what they are at a glance. But now you can just hover over them and there you have it. You can see everything you need to know at a glance. This is driven by a plugin, so this actually includes no changes at all to Mattermost server. It's just a plugin. That's all there is to it.
All right, so mine, which is out there on GitHub now under Mattermost Jenkins / was motivated by the fact that I want to go to Jenkins World and speak. So what I did was create a template for a / command that allows you to control Jenkins using Python and Flask. Not super fancy, but when you go in and type Jenkins, you'll see my / command. Everybody hopefully can see it. I made sure it had help so that people would actually have help. Hopefully this will also be the start of people documenting things a little bit better. So if I want to see the folders and jobs I have, so I can actually find what I want to run, I can say list. It'll tell me those are my folders and jobs, and I can do a build. And you'll also notice I'm hiding most of this stuff from the average user, so you're not polluting the channel with lots of junk. But when I run a build, the build comes up, and you also, I'm using the Jenkins plugin. So we need some Jenkins plugin love too, but that's what I did. And it's documented, so hopefully people can take a look at it and use that as a template for extending it to do things like modifying jobs, moving jobs.
I can see us using that immediately for like when QA wants to deploy a build to one of the RC servers, or there's all those things that we get requests for. Can you go do this? And literally all we do is go into Jenkins and click a job somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
next.
All right. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to help find a way for users to get immediate value from Mattermost. So when they actually log in, they actually have actions that they could take, channels that they can join, and people that they could talk to, and things to do right away. So we created the concept of a landing page when you immediately launch into Mattermost. So that landing page, we called it MatterHome. And so when you log in for the very first time, you have the ability to then personalize Mattermost by adding in your, by filling out your profile. So putting in a picture, which adds emotional stickiness to a product because your face is on there when you log in. And then putting in your, first and last name and position. We've also created the concept of different feeds. So we actually have feed widgets, if you will, which is highly customizable. And then when you initially log in, that gives you the ability to browse around channels to see what new activity is happening in a specific channel, what popular channels that there are available that you could join, or maybe even channels that could be tied to your specific job function. So for example, if you're a developer, you could have a widget that shows you all of the different channels that are tied to the developer function. And so those are things that you could join. And so you can immediately start to join in, and then you can start chatting with your colleagues.
Yeah, so one of the powerful things with this, right, is that as James was saying, it's fully customizable, but as well as fully extensible, right? In terms of anyone can build a widget for the MatterHome, page, which it can be anything, right? It can be like your to-do list that is connected to Jira, or a Salesforce report kind of thing that you can take action on, right? This is in a way, the first thing that you see when you come up to Mattermost, and that's the thing, you have actions to perform like right away. And for new users, it means that I'm not lost. I know exactly what to do. So because this is replacing basically what Town Square is, right? So it's not that empty channel, or that read-only channel that doesn't help much to those users that are starting to work with us. And then we also want to show the different things that you can do. So we can build this Matter Tip or Mattermost Tips widget, which basically can tell people how to use the product, right, and what they can accomplish with just a small couple of lines of text and an image, or it can be even whatever we want, because it's something that we could basically build as a separate thing from the product, just include it as a plugin. And
So some of the ideas that we had was about addressing use cases that when you're first opening the app, it's like I want to get at a glance certain specific information. That information for every user type is going to shift and be very personal to your role in an organization. So the ability to empower somebody to have access and kind of customize the information that's at their fingertips at a glance was one of the sub-objectives. So if you think about like if you are a specific role, maybe there's a particular channel that you're constantly trying to keep an eye on. You could potentially have a feed that shows the last three posts from that feed. Maybe you want to look at some data metrics. Somebody can do a plugin that does some data visualization. And depending on what other external tooling, I mean, we're really opening it up so that people could actually create customized integrations and kind of at your fingertips information that's accessible right when you jump in.
And you know, so it was just something that happened, you know, coincidence. But you can see here, right at the top, you know, the search bar that our friends Martin and Jesus implemented, right? So it's all tied up.
Woo!
I also want to share with my mom for suggesting the name MatterHome.
I just want to say thanks to this team too, because like they did something a little bit different, right? They tried to involve cross-discipline and all that kind of stuff, which is really cool, right? It's something different, so commendable.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Yeah.
For people who can't see, because they're seeing the broadcast now, we have 3 developers. We've brought in sales, customer success, customer success, UX. Like we've combined it into one team, which is cool. Of marketing,
Yeah. Good job.
All right. So raise of hands. Who has a LinkedIn account? Who hates getting trolled by recruiters? So this is not trying to get you trolled by recruiters, but who is connected to the official Mattermost company page?
Yeah.
No, you're not. So let's see who is on the official Mattermost company page. Well, we have 2 employees. Then we have a freelance copywriter who's a consultant at Mattermost. We have William, Cedric, and Carlos, who are contributors at Mattermost.
Yeah.
In fact, Cedric's first contribution was yesterday. My first pull request was today. It was on Docs, and I'll show you what I did. So very simply, we have frequently asked questions. Well, now we have some community questions like, how can I get involved or contribute to Mattermost? So we'll put, I mean, it's on the README, and I direct people back to the README because that's where we want them to go. But then, can contributors add themselves to Mattermost company page on LinkedIn? Yes, and all of our employees that are in the room can do it right now. So, and online. So go to LinkedIn. If you haven't signed in, sign in. If you forgot your password, you can reset it. And then I'll show you live how to do it. All right, so if you go here, so if you're on you just go to me and then view profile. Okay, most of you might have some Mattermost Ltd. I think that's a company in Europe and Sussex, so we don't want to be part of that. You click on the little edit if you already have a Mattermost. You find the company, Mattermost. You'll know it's the company because it has our logo. And just click on it. Save. And now we'll boost this up. Oh, Gavin's on there, Ian. Oh wait, we might have Q. So I can help you personally, but Jason is going to a meetup this weekend. What we'd like is as many contributors to join our company as possible. I think as part of being open in the company, contributors are just as important as staff to us. We want to make sure that they feel that they can be part of this. Carlos, yesterday I asked if you would be a part of it, and you said yes. So he joined, and he said you contribute to other open source projects. Yeah, so he said, yeah, I'd love to join, but I didn't know I could. So we want contributors to be a part of Mattermost, and I think that's another way that we can be open. So there you go. Thank you, everybody.
Alrighty, so yesterday was my, I guess, first contribution, or it will be a pull request, hopefully, if I can get this productionized. But I wanted to add a simple feature to be able to tag users similar to the way we tag bots on Mattermost today. So today, if you go to pre-release, bots get these nice, special tags that say they're bots, so you don't confuse them with other people. But you can imagine a situation where Mattermost gets really popular and you get all these Ian impersonators on here, and there's Ian Tien, IT34, and we know Ian Tien is the real one. So we can go to a system admin can go there and add a user tag for Ian. So we'll put Mattermost CEO here, and I've extended the bot tag to also allow user tags as well. So now you can know that Ian Tien is the real Mattermost CEO and not this fake IT34 in the channel. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so what we've done is a GitHub plugin. Simple as that. We have lots of crazy ideas. I got it. You did? Okay, awesome. We have lots of crazy ideas for features and whatnot. Chris Brown did one of the hovers. What we've done is the first thing we're going to show is subscribing to a channel, subscribing to a repository. So in a Mattermost channel, you type /GitHub subscribe and the repository you want to subscribe to. Then pops up as you subscribe to the repository. And then if I go in and actually cause something to fire, yeah. I don't know what the ding was.
We might be crashing.
We might be crashing because I think it's probably coming to the other channel.
Okay.
Yeah, go to the other channel.
So we can show it in the other channel.
Okay, so for this part, basically, the idea here is we have the PR. So when someone makes a PR, you're subscribed to the channel, you basically get this post. So before, we have GitHub integration before that post to channels. But the one thing we want to do is be able to use the power of plugins to basically change the entire UI. So we've got basically the dream goal is to have it look like exactly what it does in GitHub, and you can basically the majority of things you can do in GitHub you can do straight from Mattermost through the UI. So if I go and click on, or Christopher clicks on reviewers, you can a list of reviewers pops up, and you can click on it and ask to request more reviewers, and then you can also remove people as well once they're on there as well. The idea was also to work with labels and the milestone and everything right now, but right now it's only working with the reviewers. So basically what this is doing is it's making it's basically re-implementing a lot of the GitHub UI, and then it's making requests to our server plugin, which will go up to GitHub, and then actually, so you'll change this here, it'll live change here in Mattermost, and then if you were to go to the GitHub page, you would also live change there. And also it goes back the other way though, because we're listening to GitHub events, so the WebSocket, or sorry, the webhook. So basically, if someone was to assign different reviewers or change the label or even the description in GitHub, it would come back and immediately show up here live in the post. So that's one part of it.
We would love to demo that, but yeah.
We didn't get it as quite as far as we were hoping. I blame me helping lots of people.
So you can't be mad.
All right. But we have another cool feature, and Carlos is going to explain it.
Really?
I will be. Yes, you are.
Okay. Usually, when you guys assign me to review some PRs, I miss and take some days to review because I don't know, because I don't receive the emails, or I just delete the emails and won't read it. Also, and then we implement this feature. Like the idea is to every morning or every day you log in the system, a post message in your DM channel appears with all PRs, in all the repos you need to review. And if you want to get a new update, you just type GitHub to do, and then you can get a coffee because they take some time to. And eventually it comes with all PRs you need to review, and then you just click.
Here's one I made earlier.
Yeah.
So it comes out like that.
Wow.
Ignore the errors.
Cool.
That's it.
Thank you, everyone. Cool. And this was one where it was core staff and core community working together to do something which is really cool as well. So it's kind of different from what we've done before.
Very cool. That's awesome. That's one of my jobs I don't have to do anymore.
Yeah. Almost.
So what the PMs, Amy, Lindsay, and I looked at was the early contributor flow. And instead, especially from different kinds of contributors, how do you discover Mattermost, and how do you get to your first contribution? And the reason is that we want to increase how many contributions are made this year, and by giving more opportunities to contribute, such as through the integrations program or potential QAs. But we found two large gaps, which we should consider addressing first before we can give those opportunities, which is, one is on the landing page, and another one is not having a good mentorship program for those first contributors. So the first one is on the landing page. So right now, this is basically our landing page for new contributors. There's a lot of text. There are different categories for different contributors. There's a lot of text, a lot of different links, and it's not obvious. It's not immediately obvious what you can do and how you can do them. And so Lindsay worked on another landing page, which maybe you can run through and explain a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So we just looked at kind of breaking that up. Right now it's a little bit of a wall of text, so turning it into a little bit of a better landing page, and highlighting the kind of different ways to contribute. So not only developing the platform, but also integrations, translations, and then below that I think we have documentation, and then maybe something for end users around like finding bugs and that sort of thing, and feature suggestions, and then security, reporting security issues. So you kind of have that, and then if you get to pages for all of them, but if you click on the develop one, just looking at creating kind of a simpler landing page for people to get started off of. So yeah, it's pretty basic right now, but first step, getting everybody to sign up for pre-release, which I think we talked about. So kind of directing them there. And then I basically went through like the minimum amount of steps there and tried to link back to our other documentation. It's pretty much a start, and then we're continuing putting like extra links like to the API documentation and stuff at the bottom. So they can get that. So yeah, that's the landing page.
And then, actually, in addition to that, so the first step is to sign up to our Mattermost site. And so I prepared one or two slides on what would happen at that point. So I'll share those.
So when somebody joins the Mattermost server, such as a customer, a user, community member, we can have a bot that automatically creates a direct message channel and sends a message. So the first message you have to see about we can welcome the person and ask if they want to help the project, if they just want to browse around, or if they have a question. So if they want to help with the project, you can send another message. And that other message, we can assign a mentor, and we can ask them to introduce themselves and give details about the project they want to help with. And so the idea here is that we want to welcome people and guide them when they want to help with the project.
Very Okay, just send it. So for those who participated and maybe can't get their stuff running, feel free to record it and send it to me or somebody in channel, and we'll get it spliced in. Okay. I think that concludes our hackathon demo. So awesome work, everyone. Yeah, it was really great stuff. I'm really impressed with what you guys did in less than 24 hours with the 4-hour dinner last night. So, didn't slow anybody down, at least. Awesome. Thanks for coming.